rivalry round for Season 6 is upon us. The inaugural edition of this rivalry fixture. The South Sydney Rabbitohs are starting it off, taking on the Auckland Warriors. In Auckland, in fact. What should be anticipated as a great matchup. The Auckland Warriors haven't started the season how they would have liked. While the South Sydney Rabbitohs tightly lost to the Manly Seagulls in round 1, but managed to get their first win of the season against the Raiders. They'll be looking to see how they can perform against the Auckland side. I'm your commentator tonight, Lachlan Martin. Joining me in the commentary box is Dustin Richards. Dustin, this should be an amazing matchup between these two incredible sides.
Yeah, these two sides, a big history against each other. You know, Warriors only 2 seasons ago knocked the Rabbitohs out of the finals contentions. And ever since then, there's been blood drawn every match. You know, Warriors, like you said, not a great start, 0-2. And Rabbitohs, they will get the second win on the trot.
Yeah, there's drama every time these teams face. I think I think it was season 4 when the Warriors took on the Rabbitohs. Warriors ended up making finals that season. They've marked their man early. John Nanai, the big dog for the Warriors, put on his backside. This is great defense start for Rabbitohs. But as we were saying, Rabbitohs' biggest loss is against the Warriors. I think it's also the Warriors' biggest win. So 46 points it was that day, 46-0. It's actually Kevin Dixon's debut. Obviously, he's not playing tonight. He suffered an injury in their win over the Canberra Raiders, so he will be rested for today's match. But expect him to be back out there next week. What do you think the loss of Kevin Dixon does to the Rabbitohs, Dustin?
Yeah, look, Kevin Dixon has been a player that has fit really well into the South Sydney system, but also Tyrone Clay can be a player that can fit into that role nicely when he needs to.
Oh, John Nanai getting payback for his shot early. This time the victim is Luka Moscow on a kick return as Hayden Davis. Don't think he was meant to take it there, but in fact he breaks the tackle. He's had a good start. Started with the shot on John Nanai. Now he makes a good break there. That's the second, already up to the 30. Not the ideal kick for the Warriors. They go inside there to Tyrone Clay, but he'll be wrapped up there by Hugh Snow, I believe that is. Third tackle. They'll play it there. Hell yeah, goes short side. Back inside ball there to Josh Saddlecart. He's put up on the 20, but that was a good run, except they're getting away a penalty now. And the Rabbitohs decision time here. They're going to go to touch. They're backing themselves here. And the Warriors give away a penalty early on.
Yeah, look, that poor kick decision, poor defense, poor discipline. 3 key areas that they need to improve on, and they need to keep the Rabbitohs out. They look dangerous early, the Rabbitohs.
Abdul O'Keefe plays today. He's had a good start for the season over here. He'll be looking to make a difference here as they go Butterfield over the top there to Liam Ryan. You know how dangerous he is if you're giving him space. That's the second tackle, just past the 10-metre line. We go short side here. Not short side, sorry. Into the middle here. Mason Remy looking for a try. I think he's over. In fact, no, we're going to say he's short. Hell yeah now. Gives it short there and Liam Ryan crashes over. Charges onto it. That was a little bit too easy in the end.
What a gap there between the Warriors defenders, and Liam Ryan was just able to spot it and go through the hole. Great start there by the Rabbitohs. Really, their heads are switched on. Their forwards, they're just controlling this game early on, especially Mason Remy and Hayden Davis. Davis obviously had that big shot on John Nanai, the biggest Warriors forward. See how they can continue this moving forward.
As Butterfield now lines it up, make it a 6-0 scoreline, and we'll get it there. The Rabbitohs lead early on, only 4.5 minutes in, but a perfect start for the South Sydney team early on in this clash.
Yeah, agreed. Now they just need to back it up by completing their set, getting to the kick. That's all they need now. And Warriors, they just conceded points. They can't let any penalties through. They need to be disciplined.
You know, one thing I hate about teams is if they start well and then they make an error and then their head goes down, and basically ends up to nothing. So completing your sets after kickoff, sometimes they're the most important sets of the game. As Davis takes the first run, who's had a really good start up the middle. Mason Remy now, 40 went over earlier, but couldn't get over it. But he ended up getting a quick play to Bush and the Liam Ryan going over. It's now Jesse Bennett now. First chance in the starting jersey as a South Sydney. Play off the bench in the first 2 games. He gets up past halfway. We go short side now. Ryan gives it there, but they can't complete. Mason Remy can't hang on to it. Barner gets it, and they survive. Not the ideal set for the Rabbitohs as the Warriors now marks their way back upfield.
Yeah, I think we curse them with commentator's curse. You know, it's a brilliant thing that But Jesse Bennett on that run, great stuff, getting that starting spot back at his new club.
You have to agree, as Liam Rogers will play it there. McCartney will go back to Hugh Snow, gives it short there to Ngo, who runs onto it. A great run there. That's going to be the fourth tackle now. Goes short side once more. Corcoran it is this time. Doesn't have an outside runner there. Left him a little bit short there as Liam Ryan's demanded to wrap him up. Fifth tackle now. Goes to Rogers. Rogers probs it himself. In fact, Hellier picks it up. In fact, the refs actually said he's not dropped it. Although the same result nonetheless, but the Rabbitohs survive. Not sure what Rogers is doing kicking that one. Bit of an odd decision. I would have expected it to be Hugh Stowe. I think Corcoran was playing the ball.
Yeah, I think Hugh just didn't realise it was fifth and he didn't come over to get that kick. And Liam, you know, he's a leader within that group. He doesn't get the minutes he deserves, but he will step up when needed.
Yeah, although he didn't really do much of that kick there as Davis with another run. He's had a good start here, Davis. Really impactful in that prop position as Ryan sends it over. Gives it short there to Harris Andrews. His first starting jersey in a Souths, or first starting position in a Souths jersey as they're going to play it there. Collins passes out to Aaron O'Hare to punt it. Has a little bit of bit on him. Gets it over there to Isaac Simons. But no, he's great. He's done a great season so far, but they're going to take him, and I think he's going to send him over the sideline. They will. Pirate player Luka Moscow it was a great run. He's been very solid to start the year, Isaac Simons. Arguably one of their best players. And he got around one there. And it was Tyron Clay with the big tackle, and Moscow helped him out to send him over the sideline.
Yeah, the kick chase there from the Rabbitohs wasn't on par as it should have been, but they did make up for it, dragging him over. Isaac Simons, he said, electric fast winger. And great to see that he's still taking every chance he can get.
As Butterfield takes tackle there. 41 ball inside there to Tyron Clay, but he chose to hang on to the ball now. Going to send it over to Kasakau. But he's dangerous as he gets an offload there to O'Hare. Another dangerous forward in this Rabbitohs lineup. Fast play the ball now. Third tackle. Gives it short there to Davis. Pushing forward there. Let's give it a fourth tackle now. Just meters out from the try. They're going to shift it short there to Ryan. Gives it short to Jesse Bennett, but he'll be put on his back. Great defense there. Corcoran and Rogers around the big fella. Second rower of the year last season, and he'll play it there now. Fifth tackle, Ryan. He'll put it high. That's a good kick. Dangerous kick, in fact. Simon's under it. He can't take it, and Moscow leapfrogs him, and he'll score the second try for the Rabbitohs as they extend their lead.
Great stuff there by the Rabbitohs with the kick and the pick up from Moscow. I'm surprised it was Moscow who got there, but there's a number of players, as you see there, around the ball. And as you mentioned, the player, second rower of the year, Jesse Bennett, they have Dustin Richards yet to come onto the field. In the 15, two second rowers of the year. Dustin obviously not getting the form he has had last season, but great stuff to see that the forward pack of Rabbitohs is really working well here.
Yeah, I've got to say that the forward pack of the Rabbitohs up there with the best in the comp. Probably I think probably the Cowboys and then the Rabbitohs. The Manly Seagulls, I should say. Probably the two forward packs that are probably in front of this Rabbitohs pack. But I've still got some for the middle of bow in this pack. Jesse Bennett, Aaron O'Hare's been electric to start the year. Jamal Kasaka, another dangerous spine. Their front rowers. Davis and Rabbitohs, not there on the top tier, but they're still solid front rowers that can get through a decent amount of work. I think those two, especially that man Hayden Davis, has had a terrific start to this game.
They certainly have, and it's just, look at them expanding the ball early. They get into the men they need to, whilst they're just losing easy meters throughout the middle.
You have to agree, they give it short there. This time again to Aaron O'Hare. He's been taking lots of those short balls so far, different from his usual running style, where he'll either pass it or take it. As I said, the long cut-up ball there to Jesse Bennett, fourth tackle now. They give that to Mason Rabbit. That's a good run. Can't break through the Rogers tackle, but it's a very good ball. He gets to his front. A little bit of a slower play the ball, in fact, though. He decides to find his feet before going for the quick ball, play the ball. As they send it down to Marcus Square, who's a dangerous player. He steps one, but Liam Ryan's there to tackle the big fella. And the Rabbitohs complete their setup to score points. The Warriors, they haven't shown much left. Let's see what they can do with the ball, though. As Daniel Ngo, he's another solid forward, taking it up onto the 40. It goes McCartney, sends it over to Corcoran, gives it short there to Barnett. But just look at that defense there. Liam Ryan. And I think it's Harris Andrews just around him, not letting him get any space. They go short side again, Liam Ryan. Just had a terrific start, not only in attack, Liam Ryan, but also in defense, I'd have to say. As I said...
Yeah, look, that left-hand edge of Rabbitohs have been working well this game. Harris Andrews getting his first starting spot in the SRL.
Yeah, as we already mentioned, he goes down to Moscow now. We know he's dangerous. Already got a try today. Maybe he can be in for a second. We'll have to wait and see. First tackle, though. They're setting it here. Oh, here, short there. Cow. He'll play it there, just short of the 40. But even look at that set there from the Warriors. They didn't really make many minutes. This is all messy, Rabbi. We talked about the forwards. Gets a run over there. In fact, finds it off the bottom field. For a second, he broke through. Rogers again, the link man in the middle to make a tackle. Brilliant in defense. They give it short now. Once again, Jesse Bennett straight through. He goes for the pass back on the inside to Davis, looking for some space, but he can't find it. McCartney gets around him to pull him down. The Warriors have to watch out here. They cannot afford to concede another try. Bennett, great one-on-one tackle there by David Barner. Brilliant stuff on the big Jesse Bennett. One of the premier forwards in the comp. They send it back now. Liam Ryan puts it high. That's a tremendous kick. That's a great kick in fact. Buds, though. It's going to be hard to outleap him. And the Warriors survived that attacking raid from the Rabbitohs. But they looked very good in that set, the Rabbitohs.
Yeah, they certainly did. They looked very dangerous. And the Warriors had to be on their heels 24/7. You mentioned Bunce. I haven't seen anything from Bunce this game. He's been very quiet.
Yeah, made a good catch there, but in attack he's been a bit quiet. Forward pack's definitely the ones out of his stack. Sticker bro takes a run there. I feel like that's his first run of the game, as he'll play it quickly there. Like over here we go, Bunce. He decides to pass it that time straight to Corcoran. But a good one-on-one tackle by Jesse Bennett. That's the third tackle. We're getting a short side now. Gives it there. Straight to Aaron White, who is taken there. That's the fourth. 18 minutes gone now. The Rabbitohs are still leading there. As Bunce now breaks for a tackle. That's a good run there. But as I was trying to say, the Rabbitohs are still leading 12-0. Right, if the Warriors can get the next try, they put themselves back in a position to win this game, or potentially just back into the game, but they haven't looked likely yet. As Aaron here now, he manages to cover up the bomb. Tyron Clay wanted nothing of it, but the Rabbitohs once again survive.
Yeah, look, soon enough, the bench forwards will come on for the Warriors with Daniel Keat and Rex Slattery. They're going to need reinforcements, I feel, to get some fresh legs around the middle.
Have to agree, and a well-deserved break. I expect to be coming up for that man, Mason Rabbie, and his partner in crime, Hayden Davis, who I think as a whole, this has been the best starting performance I've seen from the pair of them in the SRLs. They take another run up there. This time it's Davis playing it there just short of the 40. It goes back. Liam Ryan with a good kick. Sends it right down to Isaac Simons. This is looking good from him. We know how dangerous he is. Oh, that's a great tackle there. I think that's Aaron O'Hare around him. So play it there. That's the first. Goes over to Buds. That's a good run from Buds. He's been missing that recently. But he gets around there. And he'll play it there just short of the 30. They go short side now. Long pass over to Aaron White. Playing his old club here. Taken down there by Harris Andrews and Jai Collins. That's the third down. Rogers gives it over there. Cut up ball there to Rex Stunner. His first touch since coming onto the field. That's the fourth. Rogers. Short ball there. The Slicker row. Pushing forward. That's the fifth tackle. It's going to be held down for a little bit longer. Thought maybe a penalty was going to be in order, but the ref says no. Hughes though puts it high. That's a good kick. Testing kick taken well by Nikau Aratera, but he's going to be held up. And the Rabbitohs survive, and they'll get the ball back here.
I think the Rabbitohs have to be careful there. Twice now, the Warriors have looked dangerous coming off kicks on the attacking set. They need to get up to the ball early. They need someone contesting.
Yeah, they have the usual attacking weapon in the air. Tyron Clay isn't over there, where he'd usually be the one that would go up, bleep to catch it. He's playing fullback now, so maybe he has to put his hand up to potentially catch those bombs. They're going to go inside him. That's a great run there. Tyron Clay it is. Pushing up the middle. Can't get past Buds, but it's a pretty good tackler, Buds. Going to struggle to get past him. They give it there to Bennett, who gets it off with the Ryan, but he's pushed back there. David Barner grabs it and wields him to the ground, not letting him get up. As now we'll send it back Butterfield with a kick. Not the greatest kick there. Taken there by Marcus Square. Who, he runs over the top of two of them, but he'll be taken there by, I think that's Jesse Bennett once again. The Warriors are starting to slowly win the field position battle here. They're starting to build. This is looking a lot better for them, I have to say.
Yeah, they certainly do look better now that the forwards have come on as Keat makes a break.
That's a good run from Keat there. Finds the offload, in fact, to Hugh Snow. He'll play it there just short for 20. Goes Corcoran. Over to Aaron White against this old club. He's looking dangerous on this edge. And they keep going to him. I feel like he could be in for a try at some point today. Corcoran. Short there to Slattery. He'll settle it up there for 5th tackle. Which way are they going to go? Corcoran on one side. Hugh Snow on the other. They go to Snow. And he just can't find any kick. Think he had Keat in the way. Chose to hold on to a not risk a penalty. And the Rabbitohs get the ball back. As now Bennett up the middle. This is looking good. That was way too easy to come out of the road. And Bennett just straight through there. But the Warriors are knocking on the door. But the Rabbitohs are holding them out so far.
Yeah, I think if they can continue to build pressure on their 5th tackle options, that Rabbitohs are going to break soon. Especially with the hard-working carries of Marcus Square out of the back end. Just Rabbitohs need to be on the tippy toes now.
Driscoll it was running at some offside markers. McCartney eventually gets back onside to make the tackle. Ryan gives it short there to Bennett. Bennett runs forward. He's been tremendous coming out of zone then today. Bennett had some terrific carries of the footy, getting lots of ball from Liam Ryan. As he's going to send it crossfield over to Isaac Simons. That's a good tackle by Josh Saddlecart. As the Warriors down, just like that, a good set from the Rabbitohs. Puts them as, now they've thrown a penalty. In fact, they're going to go offside. Deliberate forward pass, you might even think. But nonetheless, now the Rabbitohs get the ball back. That was absolutely abysmal from the Warriors. Now we're going to play it there. Aaron Healings plays it quickly over to Jesse Bennett. He might fancy try at some point today. He's looked very solid so far on that far edge. There, sorry, I should play close edge now. Goes there, it's going to be, hell yeah. Gives it to Butterfield. He's on his back though. Warriors just surviving. The ref says held up. They'll get the play to ball here. You'd expect they'd want to spread it, find something here. They're going to go, in fact, short pass. Sorry, I should say long pass over to Bennett. That's the 4th tackle now. Going to play it there. We're going to short side here. Short there to Driscoll. No, he's onto his back. 5th tackle. We're going to say held up once more. And now we're probably going to look for a kick. You'd expect Lee Rye would be the man to do it. In fact, it's going to go back. Yes, it is. Lee Rye puts it high. That's a brilliant kick there. Hits the post. Coming down to Venice Tyrone Clay. Brilliant stuff. It didn't take long. The Rabbitohs started attacking the line and they eventually find some points.
I don't think Liam Ryan thought it would hit the crossbar. And it's Tyrone Clay who makes the most out of the chance he gets. Great stuff there by the fullback put in for Kevin Dixon.
Yeah, he's done a great job so far, I think, especially in defense. I feel like he's definitely covering a lot of stuff that, you know, Dixon usually wouldn't. Tyrone Clay actually started out as their first choice fullback, eventually lost it to Dixon, and he's made his jersey of that own since. But Tyrone Clay is more than capable of jumping back there to defend and attack when needed. Rabbitohs now 18-0 in front. The Warriors, I'm a bit concerned about the Warriors. They started poor. They've had brought some momentum back, looking good for about 10 minutes or so. But then they make a stupid error after the Rabbitohs have one good set. Rabbitohs are straight back down there. It may have taken to 5th tackle, but they eventually score, even if it was a little bit of a lucky try. I don't expect Buds to be happy with that one.
Certainly not. Look, there was just some silliness going on within that last set that they had the ball. And it's just their ill discipline around the ruck. They're sloppy, not getting to the tackles early. They don't have 2 men sometimes. They could be playing a lot better.
As now Tyrone Clay takes on Bunce. Bunce misses him. He's looking for a double Tyrone Clay in the space of 2 minutes and he has it. And that was just so easy. He broke up the middle. Got on the inside of Bunce and Bunce couldn't recover quick enough. Tyrone Clay is in for the South Sydney Rabbitohs.
Yeah, look, that was just some great acceleration from Tyrone Clay. I know he's been trying to upgrade that, I believe. And no one's fast enough that, like, Hugh Snow barely gets to him.
Yeah, you mentioned Hugh Snow. Actually, that was a tremendous taste from the other side of the field. I actually thought for a moment he might have been able to angle tackle and put him down, but Tyrone Clay just that little bit too much leg speed, just too much acceleration to sprint past there. Chance Bunch, I think he just wasn't ready for that inside ball that eventually, or I guess it wasn't even inside ball, it was just a, you know, regulation hit up. Missed tackle straight out the middle, wasn't expected that. Tyrone Clay put on a little bit of footwork and he just ends up getting over the line, making bunts miss. And, wow, the Warriors, they're looking good, but one error has now caused them, the Rabbitohs, to go back-to-back, and I think it's worrying signs for the Warriors at the moment.
100%. And you look at it, I think they can't wait until Jaden White gets onto the field, the Warriors, because I think you need to put him at lock and Liam Rogers in second row. That way you have someone that can control the ball through the middle, because Jaden White has played both half and hooker in previous seasons. He knows how to transition that ball around the ruck.
As they go there to Driscoll now, you mentioned the changes the Warriors might need. I'd even like to see potentially Corcoran play that lock forward role like he has in the past, and potentially move Rogers back to the second row with White going into the halves. I think that would also work. Well, as they go short side here, onto the wing of Jai Collins. He's brought back infield by Marcus Square. That's a good tackle around the centre. Turned into winger for tonight. It's going to go back. O'Hare now punts it. In fact, gets it behind Bunce, but he'll be taken there. And oh, that's a great tackle, Jesse Bennett. He's a hard man to take down, Bunce, especially on one-on-one on kick returns, but that's a good tackle there. As Barner now will play it there on the 20. On the 20. Rogers gives it there to Sticker Bro. That's a good hit up there. Made about 10 metres off that run, Sticker Bro. Getting on the... I need to push forward a little bit from the Aaron O'Hare tackle. As it going to go over to Daniel Keane. He's a big boy. Pushing forward there onto the 40 now. We're going to go kick early here, it seems. Turn them around. That's a decent kick from Houston. In fact, it might go out of the full. Stalokart's the man to take it. And he ends up getting it to the 40. Probably not the kick they would have liked there, as now they give away a penalty. In fact, seeing the background, the ref says a word to Buds to cut it out, or a sin bin could be coming their way.
Yeah, they need to be careful here, Warriors. They're already 24 points behind. They don't need a man in the bin for 10 minutes. In fact, if there's any hope left in this Warriors side, they need to score soon. And they need to score before half-time. They don't have a lot of time to do that, though.
You have to agree. In fact, if the Rabbitohs score here, you could pretty much say it's all over Red Rover for the Auckland Warriors here. We're disappointed. The home fans will be disappointed. It's at home, this game. But so far, they're just struggling a little bit. As Kasaka plays it there. Hell yeah. Gives it there. We're going to give it short there to Dustin Richards. Hasn't seen much ball today, but takes the run up there. That's the fourth tackle. Playing it there. We're going to go long ball over to Bennett. Paddled inside runner there from Liam Ryan. I wonder if they passed it here, what would have happened. That's the fifth tackle, though. Ryan's calling for it. They cannot afford to score here. Ryan picks it up, can't find the offload. The grubber kick rebounds it off McCartney's legs. They're going to say not play that. And the Warriors, once again, survive with the skin off their teeth.
Yeah, look, not the best kick there from the captain, Liam Ryan. But Jai McCartney, you know, he's pretty much a veteran of the game now. He knows when to go for that ball. He knew it was coming at him. He just couldn't play at it, and that's exactly what he did. Warriors now, I think they need a forward to take a big march upfield and then spread it to your outside backs.
Corcoran gives it there to Rogers. That's a good hit up by Rogers, pushing up past the 40. Hell yeah, taking them down. And they're going to kick early once again. This time it's Corcoran. In fact, that's a much better kick. In fact, it's looking for a 40-20. I think he's got it. Corcoran's kicked the 40-20. We just said he should move into the forwards role. But he's showing he's here as a half to stay, as now they're looking to go forward here. The Warriors score here. Could give them a little bit of a leap in their step heading into half-time, but let's see if they can do that first. Bunce gets it over to Simons. We know how dangerous he is given the space. He plays it quickly there. Gives it over to Husto, pushing forward, in fact. I think he might get to the line. In fact, oh, he's got there. Husto's potentially crossed over. And I think the Rabbitohs were disappointed there. Have let Houston in. And the Warriors have got their first try of this game on the stroke of half-time.
Yeah, look, Rabbitohs, they all wanted to go into half-time 24-0. But Houston, he didn't. He wanted to make sure that his side had some hope going into the sheds. And it's exactly what he did. He stepped up. Brilliant from the young man.
As he's looking to convert here. 24-4, 4-6. You want to go back to that play that started it all. Di McCartney playing at the ball, which got them the ball back. Then the Corcoran 40-20. They've worked the way upfield here. It's got them a try. Could be the difference here as Thought he was going to hit the post there for a second. But he gets it. 24-6 to score. 2 minutes to go to break. Gives them a little bit of confidence heading into half-time, I think.
Oh, certainly it does. You know, when you are down on points for so long and you finally score, get a bit of relief about you. Get your breath back and you just focus. All right, next set, next play. Think about the little things first and then think the bigger picture once you do the little things correctly.
I have to agree, whereas Butterfield, he'll punt it down there to McCartney. McCartney gives it all there to Nanai. That's a solid run there from John Nanai. Start off. Maybe they're not done yet, the Royals. Maybe they're thinking one more try before half time. It goes inside there to Rogers. Read well there by, I think that's Davis, and hell yeah, they'll quick play the ball now. Corcoran over to Buds. Buds is taken down there. Solid tackle by Bennett. Another tackle he's made on Buds. He's been marking them up today as they go inside now. This time to Corcoran. That's the 4th tackle. Gonna be there. This will be likely the final play of the half. Aaron White looking for space. In fact, he breaks a couple of tackles. He'll be held there as we go to half time. The Warriors leading the Rabbitohs. Sorry, the Rabbitohs leading the Warriors. 24 points to 6.
From video editing to thumbnail design, Flow Managing covers all of your YouTube and social media needs, relieving the stress of finding creative workers and giving you more time to be creative yourself. Why wait? Join Flow Managing and we will work for you.
As Houston gets the ball on the tee there for the second half. The Rabbitohs leading the Warriors 24 points to 6. I'm your host, the SRL Commissioner Lachlan Martin. Dustin, what were your thoughts in that first half from both sides?
I thought the Rabbitohs were amazing defense at times where Warriors, they just let everything fizzle out. They were disappointing to watch, to be honest.
Yeah, I have to agree. As Liam Ryan goes short side there. The Jai Collins. Collins is looking dangerous. That's a good run there from Collins, getting himself out of trouble. Good ball playing skills there from Liam Ryan. Get that line break there as the big fella, Hayden Davis, fixes a halfback. Bit of a questionable pass there to hell yeah, who gets wrapped up there. That'll be a third tackle now. They'll go back this way. Thought a short side raid might have been on the option, but they go over to Moscow. And he's taken now. That's the 4th tackle. They'll play it there, hell yeah. Gives it there to Butterfield. Butterfield goes short there. Kasikow pushing up. That's a good run there from him. 5th tackle now. He's playing it there. It's going to go back there to Butterfield. So Butterfield is going to kick it down to Isaac Simons. We know he's dangerous, but he'll be taken there by what looks to be, but Butterfield, the man who kicked it.
Yeah, look, great first set in the second half for the Rabbitohs. They got the kick away, and Warriors, I think they got some good field position at the moment to at least get an early kick away if needed.
Yeah, they definitely are pushing forward here. That wasn't the worst. That had one really bad line break from Jai Collins. But other than that, they managed to keep the Rabbitohs relatively contained as Simons gives it there. They're going to go out wide now to McCartney. McCartney breaks through. That's a good run. This is a brilliant run. McCartney's going to go himself. He beats Tyrone Clay, and suddenly the Warriors are back in this game.
Yeah, they're going on to how they left off with, I believe, Hugh Snow just before halftime scoring. And now it's Jai McCartney from the hooker position. Great stuff there, but it was. We talked about belief before going into the sheds, and that's what the Warriors look like they have back. Belief in themselves.
They just need to believe they can compete with this side, and currently they are. Great run by Jai McCartney. Just got the ball. Charged it up. We know he's played front row growing up. He eventually developed into a lock forward before he got some halfback skills. He's now found his home at hooker for the Warriors, but he just got the ball, charged the defensive line, managed to find some gaps, and then used the speed to get past Tyrone Clay, who was not expecting the big hooker to break through the line there. And just like Bunt missed on Tyrone Clay in that first half, Tyrone Clay fails to tackle Jai McCartney, and the Warriors are suddenly only down by 12. It feels like the Rabbitohs have been better by about, I want to say 30 to 36 points in that first half, but only 2 tries the difference. Do not turn off the TV yet. The Warriors are still in this game. As they tip down deep. There's the try scorer. Jai McCartney decides to give it on to Daniel Ingo to take the first tackle. But now that they've scored, Dustin, I think we need the Warriors at least to complete this set.
Oh, 100%. The first thing you do when you receive the ball back from the kickoff is complete your set and get to your kick. Rabbitohs, however, they need to make sure they're disciplined in this set. They can't give away a penalty or do any silly nonsense. They need to make sure that they shut the Warriors out here early, win the game early, score the points late. Oh!
And that's disappointing there from the Warriors just after they scored some points. Now the Rabbitohs are back on the attack. If they score here, pretty much cancels out that last try. As Ryan now gives it short there. It's going to be Bennett.
Bennett moving to the front row position.
He's going to play there. Sorry to cut you off there. Does it? Oh, Philip, good. That's a good run. Pushing forward there. That's going to be the third tackle. Playing it there. It's going to go Aaron O'Hare. Pushing forward. John McCartney takes him there. That's the fourth tackle now. It's going to go Butterfield. Butterfield pushes forward. That's a good run. Pushes up there. Is just 5 meters out. He just plays it there. The Rabbitohs would love to get back at the Warriors, but the Warriors cannot let them score. That's a good kick there. Taps back to Tyrone Clay. He's looking for a hat-trick. He's looking for a hat-trick. Oh, great defense around the crafty fullback. And the Warriors
there's a number of times
survive.
There's a number of times in the first half where the Warriors were doing that to Rabbitohs. They were knocking on the goal line as Ango makes a break now.
As that's a good run there by Ango, getting up towards 50. Now going to be Jalen White to find the offload there. Gets it to Hugh Snow. That's good stuff there from the Warriors. That's the third tackle now. 23 minutes to go. We go to Aratere. Gives it to Isaac Symes. You know, he's incredibly quick off his feet. That was a good run there, but he's taken down there by some clutch Rabbitohs defense. They give it short now to Ugor McCuzzy. Pushing forward. That's the fifth tackle. I'm going to play it there. It's going to be Jalen White. Rubbers it in fact. They're going to say, touch the feet. I thought it might have been played at, but the ref says no, and the Rabbitohs will get the ball back.
Yeah, I think the Warriors were very unlucky not to get a repeated set there. But, you know, refs miss some things sometimes, and it'll be Dustin Richards getting over the 20. Little good run there by the man himself.
Yes, as Bennett now will take it there. That's the second tackle. The Rabbitohs, they're just holding on here. The Warriors, they've come up with purpose in this second half, despite the error early on. As they're going to go inside now to Tyrone Clay. That's a good run there. Tyrone Clay, watch out, Barnes. He had support on his inside, couldn't find it. That's going to be the fourth tackle now. Who plays it there? It's going to go. Short ball there to Bennett. He loves to push forward. That's a good run there. Nanai and Ugor McCuzzy managed to push him down. Fifth tackle. It's going to go O'Hare. Can't find anything. Not the play we would have liked. That's going to be fifth tackle, and disappointing last tackle play for the Rabbitohs.
Certainly was. I thought Liam and Butters are better than that and know that on the fifth you have to kick. Aaron, you know, he's done some kicking. We saw that beautiful punt he did early in the first half, so you would have thought he would have kicked too.
Yeah, would have expected that would have come down to probably Liam Ryan as their primary short kicker there, or even Butterfield maybe to put up a high bomb, but ended up with Aaron O'Hare, and he couldn't find anyone to give it to, so he just tackled rather than risking putting in a shit kick. I mean, I should have probably said that, but not a great kick. As Tyrone Clay running onto it. Oh, he's gone. That's a hat trick for Tyrone Clay off the kick there. And Tyrone Clay runs onto it, and he gets a hat-trick for the Rabbitohs, and they strike back next in the second half and extend their lead back out to 16, probably about to be 18.
Yeah, great stuff there by Tyrone. I was just going to mention before, with that horrendous fifth tackle option, Tyrone Clay would have been screaming at Liam to be better, as he usually does. I know it all too well, but, you know, Tyrone Clay, the little man, he makes the big moments appear out of thin air, and that's exactly what he did, as Butters makes it 30-12.
Yeah, good stuff there by the Rabbitohs. Wasn't a great kick there by, I think it was Corcoran, and Tyrone Clay just round to his face. By the time he caught the ball, the Warriors defense sort of just ran past him, but he just suddenly was in all this space, and, well, when you give Tyrone Clay any sort of room to move, he's going to make you pay. We saw that in the first half. We've seen it now. He has 3. He scores a 4th, who joined the tight record for the most tries in a game, which is currently stands at 4. A number of players share that record. I think it's up to 6 players share that record at the moment. No one has yet scored 5 in an SRL game. Obviously, we saw Kesuke a few seasons back score 5 at a trial match. Unfortunately for him, that does not count as an actual moment as Ahir plays it there. Hell yeah, sends it wide to Richard. That's a good run. Setting up nicely there. That's the third tackle. Just short the 50 now. Goes Ryan. Gives it there to Butterfield. Gives it to Clay. Oh, that's some good movement, but Igor McCuzzy needed to make that tackle, and he does. That's the 4th tackle. Goes there now to Kasakow. Or Kaskow, I should say. Pushing forward there. That's the 5th. Gonna send it back. Butterfield looking for a short kick and finds Marcus Square. Marcus Square running upfield. That's a good ankle tap there on the big fella. Looked like he would have been good for money had that not been made as they go short side now here. It's looking better from the Warriors. Good start to the set. Pushing up towards the 40. Second tackle now. It's long pass over to White. Gives it to Ngo. Ngo looking for some room. He's eventually met by what looks to be Hell Yeah and O'Hare. It's going to go Houston short there to Igor McCuzzy. 4th tackle.
Yeah, it was about... Sorry, it was about this time in the first half that Warriors really started to get the momentum through the ruck. They were easily gaining some meters, and they were spreading it out early. Let's just hope they don't fizzle out like the first half.
And Jaden White puts a very high ball. That's a good kick. Taken well there by Tyron Clavo. But uh-oh. Watch out here. Tyron Clay's looking for a 4th. He gets taken though. Corcoran desperately grabs onto him. Had Corcoran not grabbed there, I would have backed Tyron Clay to go the distance. Great tackle there by, I think it was Pat Corcoran from memory. As they'll play it there. Hell yeah. Gives it there to Butterfield. Goes out to Liam Ryan. He pushes forward up towards the 50. Good run there, playing it quickly. Hell yeah now. Goes to O'Hare. Gives it to Bennett. Looking for some space there. He'll take the tackle nicely. Just short the 40 now. Hell yeah. Gives it there to Filippo Gould. In fact, I thought he might have been able to break out of the tackle there, but no. White makes a brilliant tackle there. 5th tackle now. It's going to be Liam Ryan. In fact, no, it's not. He's not going to kick it. He's just going to hold on to the ball. Another disappointing last tackle play in the Warriors starting their set on the 30 here.
Yeah, I think he was hoping that Dustin Richards would stay outside of him so they could run the ball and turn it over into the corner, but that didn't happen, of course. I've got a question for you, Lachlan. Who do you think breaks the all-time record for most tries in a game?
It's going to be... Tyron Clay's looked pretty dangerous tonight. He could be the one to do it. I'll have to wait and see if that's the case. Says, oh, they're going to make an error. No, they're going to say that's not forward. Warriors get away with one now. I thought that was forward for all money, but... look, it's going to be tough. Could be really any of the fullbacks in the game. Bunt could be a good shout. Maybe Alvin Tangy later on tonight could do it against the Broncos. We know how good the Cowboys can be. Don Ponkston only scored 5 early this round, so there's a number of fullbacks it could be. But they're going to tip it down. We'll focus on this game now for Dustin. Dustin, as they would play it there. Moscow gives it there once again. Tyron Clay. Oh, he's just breaking so many tackles so easily at the moment. Does beg the question, with him playing this well, maybe Dixon does stay on the wing after this game.
Look, that's potentially the case, but you never know what Liam's thinking. You know, Dixon, I think, has proven that he's the main fullback for the time being as Kasakow goes through the line.
He'll play it there. We're going to go, hell yeah, not really sure what to do. In fact, he's just going to run out of dummy half. I've seen him do this before. But eventually, Igor McCuzzy and John McCartney get around him, failing it. Not letting him gain any more meters. As, oh, they're going to kick it into the back of their own teammate. Maybe that's just what the Warriors needed. They can score here. 18 points. Definitely still possible to score that in 20 minutes, but the Warriors need to show something to show us that they can do that.
Yeah, certainly.
Sorry, continue, Dustin.
Yeah, certainly. And now they have the likes of, I believe, Keat and... Nanai and Ngo coming back on potentially. No, it's going to be Snicko, sorry. Snicko coming through playing in the front row forwards, getting around that ruck. You know, he's got some strength about him, the little fella.
It's John McCartney. That's a good run there from the hooker. They'll play it there. It goes there. It's going to be Jalen White now. Taken down there. And a strong tackle by what looks to be Aaron O'Hare. 4th tackle now. McCartney pushes forward. Sorry, Corcoran pushes forward, I should say. 5th tackle now. They score here. It would be a good opportunity. Hugh Snow puts it high. That's a very good kick, in fact. It's going to have White under it, but Moscow takes it, but he's going to grab hold of him. And the Warriors will get the ball back.
Yeah, Wires getting the ball back here is sensational. They have looked dangerous at times with their kicking game on the try line. So let's hope that they can get to that fifth tackle option and put in an attacking kick.
Whereas Rogers, that's a good hit up there. 30 seconds. Good sticker, bro. Both marks are offside, but he chooses not to use them. As that been a second tackle. Still 17 minutes to go. Plenty of time in this game for the Warriors to make something of it. Play it there. That's the third. Liam would be expecting his team to be able to fend them out here. Corcoran now takes a tackle. Had Bunts on his outside if he wished to use him, but he chooses not to. That's the fourth now. Goes Rogers. Gets an offload. In fact, that's a good offload. Floating a bit. Thought it may have been called for, but the ref says no. Fifth tackle now. What's the decision here? It goes back. It's going to be a high ball from for Houston, I should say. Tapped back, Bunts. Looking for what? Oh, great tackle on chance Bunts there. And the Rabbitohs, they survive once more. That was brilliant defense, I have to say, from them.
Yeah, great scramble there from the Rabbitohs. They've been doing it the majority of this game.
As Tyrant play now, we know how dangerous he is. The stadium lights up every time we touch the ball. And here he goes. He takes on Bunts. Bunts makes the tackle that time, though. He wasn't going to get fooled once again. That's going to be the second now, but there's no fullback at home at the moment. It's going to be Aaron O'Hare breaks through the line. He's so far scored a try in each of his games. Does he continue that record here? Third tackle. Liam Ryan sends it out to Richards. That's going to be the fourth tackle. They'll play it there. Ryan, and that's a poor pass there. And the Warriors, they'll get the ball back.
Couple of sets now in a row that Liam Ryan has made a few mistakes. You know, they're lucky that they got a bit of a gap. If they were behind, you would be screaming if you were a Rabbitohs fan.
Have to agree. I expect probably a lot of Rabbitohs fans like to put their foot on the throat for this one, although doesn't seem to be happening at the moment. Although they're going to make another error here, the Warriors. Aaron White, I think that was making a mistake. He's been decent in this game, but that wasn't one of his finest moments. Now Kasaka pushes forward. He's settling things up. Get the feeling if another try happens, it's going to be game over. Hell yeah. Out of dummy half. But how dangerous he can be given a quick play to ball. Play it there. Second tackle. Davis. Short there to Richards. That's going to be the third now. It's going to go out the back here to Tyrant play. Looking dangerous. Maybe he'll get his fourth today. They'll play it their fourth tackle. Looking to go short side here. They do. Goes over to Collins and he scores. And that just about locks us up here at Mount Smart Stadium.
Yeah, I agree. Warriors, they just turn the ball over so easily, and they just concede points as fast. It's mind-boggling because seasons ago they were considered one of the best forward packs in the league, and now they've just slowly dipped away.
Yeah, well, I think that try, especially was set up by a full pack. Lots of hit-ups by Jesse Bennett. I think we also saw the likes of O'Hare. Kasaka take hits up as Butterfield has that one hit the upright, but eventually it was just out the back ball. I think it was might have even been Richards who threw the pass out the back, and it landed on the chest of Collins, and he breaks through and scores. He knows how to find the line, Jai Collins, and he scores one here today. And now the Warriors, they've got a bit of soul searching to do. Only won the 2 games last season, haven't won a game this season. If we were talking about the changes they need to make, what's next for the Warriors? I get the feeling this could be another grim season for them.
If they don't turn things around shortly, 100%. I can't remember who they have next week, but do you think they need to start making trades? And who do they go for? Who do they aim for?
Look, it's a good question to ask. Another thing is, I do want to point out, the Warriors have had probably the hardest start of all teams. They started against the Manly and then also the Cowboys before taking on the Rabbitohs, who were by many predicted to be the big improvers off the comp, including myself. Point. So they've had a pretty hard start. I'm interested to see. Maybe they wanted to wait until they have, easier opponents to go against. They're going to send it back. Ryan, not really sure what's happening there. Had no room to move. Nano eventually takes him down, and the Warriors will get the ball back.
There's just been several times throughout this game, like great run there by Snicko, but then I don't think anyone backs it up, or if they do, It's only for one set.
You have to agree with it. They seem to be able to they've put together good sets, just not many in a row. They haven't been able to consistently go good sets. While with Rabbitohs, their forward pack, I think, has been absolutely tremendous today. Sending that to back down. Buns, that's a better run from him. We taken down by Tyron Clay. Maybe the Warriors can get a consolation try here. Goes White. Inside ball there to Corcoran. 5th tackle. 9 minutes to go. It's going to go back. It's going to be John Nano to put the bomb up. But it's going to be a little bit too deep. The prop forward probably just lost his kicking license there. Because now the Rabbitohs have a 20-meter restart.
Yeah, look, I don't think anyone would want to be getting the Warriors to be getting a consolation try, because if I'm looking at this correctly, 16 people have submitted Rabbitohs 19 plus.
Yeah, look.
On the weekly bets.
Currently a lead of 22, so that does fall into the 19 plus category. So they're able to make the work good. Maybe they're looking to get one more. Maybe they're looking to send this to 40. Bit of payback for a few seasons ago when the Warriors won 46-0 to get them to finals. Play it there, 4th tackle. Gives it short there to Tyron Clay. He pushes forward. That's a good run there from the winger who's fielding very well at fullback today. We're going to go back. It's going to be Butterfield who punts it across. Maybe looking for a bit of a trick play here. But no, Marcus Square's just under it. And the Warriors take that one comfortably in the end.
Yeah, look, Marcus Square, I think he has glimpses of brilliance, and he can certainly be a superstar in this game if he upgrades the right things. At the moment, he has a 99 speed, so he has the best overall. At the moment, I think he needs to upgrade his acceleration and potentially his agility.
Yeah, I have to agree there, as that's the 4th tackle now. What's the play here? We're going to say no. Inside ball back to David Barner. That's the 5th tackle. 5 minutes to go in this game. He's going to go Paddy Corcoran, who punts it down into the backfield. It's going to bounce up nicely for Jai Collins. And that's better kick chase. They're keeping them down in their end. Better stuff there from the Rabbitohs.
Yeah, Warriors, great kick chase there. Again, just too late. Look, I think, honestly, next team list, I think they need to shake it up a little bit. Move Barner around if you have to. He's one of the best second rows in this comp, and he's been underutilized, in my opinion.
Yeah, look, it's really interesting, I think, with the Warriors' current team, because maybe they're waiting to see if how they go against maybe harder opponents. Because I don't know about you, Dustin, but I think I had the Warriors, Manly's, Rabbitohs as my top 3, if not definitely the top 5. And the first 3 of them straight up. You know, it's a hard start they have. Maybe they just have to, you know, as Marcus Square now, that's a good run, but he'll be taken down there. But as I was saying, you know, maybe the Warriors just want to wait and see how they go against, you know, a Raiders. I mean, not even Raiders, maybe against, like, you know, Panthers and Eels. But, you know, you do want to see how he at least go against his top sides. And his top sides, they haven't been the best against.
Oh, certainly not. This game proves it, and they can score points at times. They scored points against Manly. They didn't score many against Cowboys, but I think the challenge. Oh, Aaron White nearly gets through as he gets a pass. Come on, an attacking kick here.
That's a good play by Aaron White, breaking through the line. He's looked dangerous at times, Aaron White, I have to say. It's Corcoran. Sorry, if you know it is. My apologies, puts it high. That's a good kick. Taken well by Mark Iron. It's getting pushed back into the end goal, and the Warriors will have one last set to potentially get a consolation try.
Yeah, look, I just realised that my tip is not 19 plus, so maybe Warriors, can you please score a try?
As they send it over straight off the tap, restart Barner. They're looking for some space. McCartney, that was a beautiful pass over to Barner. They're looking to get. Maybe they think they can still win at the Warriors. This Barner will play it there. Sticker Bro, short there to Rogers. That's a good hit up there. Settling themselves nicely. They have all their playmakers on this far side. They're just only going to use 2 of them though. Husto pushes forward. Good run there. McCartney now sends it there to Nanai. Gives it out the back to Snicker Bro. Looking to find the try, but no, he plays it there. That's the 4th. 30 seconds to go. They'd like to find one more. Short there. Awatero looking to find his way over, and no, he gets put on his back.
20 seconds. on the clock. One last play. See what they have.
It's going to be Hugh Snow who puts it on. That's a brilliant kick there. It's going to be under. He's going to chase his own kick and he'll get one. Just to lock up the game. Oh, I guess not lock up the game, but just to get a little bit of consolation try. Hugh Snow, a bit of individual brilliance there. He's been decent. Probably one of the Warriors' better players in this opening 3 rounds. And he seals it with a great chip and chase. And now they'll be kicking to make it 34-8, which is a little bit more respectable than 34-12.
Yeah, it certainly is. But also looking at that, Hugh Snow, you mentioned, has been great. He played at Cowboys. He played under one of the best captains right now. That was Chris Lord last season. He learnt a lot. He's now got another veteran that he's following, and that's Chance Bunce. He can be a real solid superstar half in the future.
Yeah, I think he's having definitely a really good year. That was a really good little chip and chase there. I'd like to see what Hugh Snow can do at one of those top teams, and he'll make it 34-18. Could have been a lot worse for the Warriors. In the end, the Rabbitohs still end up winning comfortably. They'll definitely have areas. I think both teams have areas to improve on, but the Warriors in the end, they had 7 errors and 3 penalties to 3 errors and 1 penalty. Also making close to 20 more tackles. You can't win with those sort of stats.
No, of course not. And, there's a lot of things that they can easily fix up, in my opinion. And that is the silly little drop balls and trying to play for each other, I think. Because at times, they weren't playing for each other. They were playing for themselves.
Yeah, I have to agree as we look at the stats from both times. Starting with the Warriors, John McCartney, I think he was probably close to the best player along with Hugh Snow and Paddy Corcoran, unsurprisingly. In fact, Hugh Snow got a double, didn't even realise that was his second when he scored. Ended up picking up a double. Probably one of his... You had another really good performance today. Definitely showing that, he's going to compete no matter what, despite the scoreline. He was competing from minute 1 to minute 80. And I think that's really something the Warriors can build off Hugh Snow.
Yeah, certainly. Looking at Hugh, he can play that hooker and lock position. So even if you play it around, there's a lot of combinations that the Warriors can test out. I thinking about it, there's only 9 rounds in this season, right? If they can't get another win next week, I think that's when they have to start experimenting with their combinations.
Yeah, I think Hugh Snow, how he's played over his first 3 rounds, I think he has to be the guy they build their team around. They cannot let him be poached by a rival club, because he is someone they should be building their team around with how well he's playing, I believe, at least.
Another man I'd like to see more of is that Jaden White. He has kind of faded into obscurity over the past season. He lost his starting spot last season. He's a bit of a wild card at times, but I think that's another guy you can build your team. You can potentially build off as well.
So have a look at the Rabbitohs stats and old Tyron Clay, 320 run meters. He was absolutely everywhere today. And with Hellier, I think also Liam Ryan playing exceptionally. This team, I don't think there's a world where the Rabbitohs get beat today. They were just too good in too many areas.
100%. I was just having a look at the records. Tyron Clay has not broken it yet because Eli Barnes has still held it from Season 2, Round 7 with 530 meters. So that, wow, what a get.
Yeah, it's going to be wild if we see that beaten, I think.
Yeah, you mentioned earlier about Clay potentially retaining that fullback spot from now on. Look, after this game, it could well and truly. Liam Ryan has a bit of a headache on his hands for next week's team this Friday.
I will say it's a positive headache, though, because it means that you have a lot of competition around spots, and it gives them a lot of options because, Kevin Dix would also see what he can do on the wing. I think that game against Brisbane last year, he had a full length of field try. He broke about 5 tackles to get to the try line on the wing. So we know that if he's on the wing, he's not going to be a waste. It's just a matter of who do you want in your attack around, Tyron Clay or Kevin Dixon.
It's a great question, and it's a question that will get answered next Friday. And I remember that try. That was my debut game. It was a sight to see from the other side of the field. I want to look at Jesse Bennett. This is his first time playing solid minutes, 201 run meters, and only played 60 minutes. Imagine if he played 80 on that left edge.
Yeah, he'd be someone that you'd want to watch at 201 minutes and 60 minutes is nothing to laugh at. That's in fact a very impressive record. Aaron he continuing his great form that he's in. Liam Ryan just showing why he's such a good half, and I think overall this is probably Rabbitohs' most complete performance of the season as they get the second win of the year. Thank you, Dustin, once again for joining me. I've been your host, SRL Mission Lockable. Thank you, Dustin, for joining me. We'll see you guys next time.